North Korea is...
North Korea.
North Korea.
North Korea.
The North Koreans.
North Korea.
Today, we'll expose the terrifying leaked recordings that North Korea is trying hard to delete from the internet.
The propaganda.
Kim Jong-un.
Millions to starve.
Private material that reveals the inner workings of the government. These secretive activities and purported political jail camps are depicted in these released recordings, offering a unique look into the dark side of one of the most remote countries on Earth.
His regime prison camps.
Human rights. And Kim Jong-un threatened to destroy the United States.
Come along as we analyze the ramifications of these released recordings, solve their mysteries, and provide light on the terrifying realities that the regime's citizens must endure. Number 15. Harsh punishments. A fresh film has emerged, providing a rare and disturbing view into North Korea's totalitarian dictatorship, highlighting the harsh punishments experienced by two teenagers for simply watching South Korean TV dramas. The footage, believed to have been recorded in 2022, shows the boys, who are only 16, being publicly condemned to 12 years of hard labor in front of a large audience. The youngsters, handcuffed and surrounded by uniformed officers, are punished for their behavior and accused of failing to deeply reflect on their mistakes. Despite the North Korean government's rigorous ban on South Korean entertainment, including TV shows, some people are willing to risk serious punishment to watch the tremendously popular K-dramas, which have a massive global audience. However, such disobedience has a great cost, as seen by the draconian sentences imposed on these two youngsters. The leaked film, released to the BBC by South and North Development, reveals the North Korean authorities' increasing severity in clamping down on anyone caught viewing illegal media. Not only are the boys subjected to public humiliation and forced labor, but their identities are also divulged, with their names and residences published during the proceedings. This increase in punishment mirrors a larger trend in North Korea's approach to limiting the flow of information and preserving ideological purity. Pyongyang has recently passed legislation imposing harsh punishments, including execution, for watching or disseminating South Korean entertainment. The government sees the popularity of K-dramas and K-pop as a direct threat to its totalitarian dictatorship, claiming that exposure to South Korean culture will undermine loyalty to the ruling Kim family and weaken the grip of state ideology. For North Koreans, whose access to outside information is severely controlled, South Korean entertainment provides a tantalizing glimpse of a different reality, one far apart from their own harsh and oppressed existence. However, as seen by the fate of these two youngsters, engaging in this banned escape has serious implications, serving as a clear reminder of the dangers connected with questioning the regime's authority. Number 14. Traffic Lady. The streets of Pyongyang, North Korea's capital, are bustling with activity. People stroll intentionally. Cars weave through traffic, and everything appears to go smoothly. Amidst this metropolitan cacophony, a traffic control officer stands calmly and cool. She uses precise movements to manage the flow of vehicles and pedestrians, holding her flag and blowing her whistle with ease. At first appearance, she appears to play an important role in maintaining order on the city streets. However, with closer study, a different story begins to emerge. Despite the officer's attempts, the street's chaotic rhythm stays constant. Cars continue their steady procession, seemingly unfazed by her demands, and pedestrians go through the pavements with little regard for her presence. It becomes clear that her activities resemble a carefully prepared performance rather than genuine traffic control. This realization has sparked speculation among observers. Is this a planned performance arranged by the government to project an image of efficiency and wealth to the outside world? Behind the facade of order, North Korea is grappling with economic hardship and political tyranny, both of which are meticulously hidden from global eyes. The event shown in the video is a sobering reminder of how far authoritarian regimes would go to preserve control over their narrative. In North Korea, where information is strictly controlled and criticism is quickly punished, the appearance of wealth is a critical strategy for maintaining the regime's grip on power. The unknowing traffic control officer, oblivious of the camera's surveillance, becomes a symbol of a secretive and deceptive society. The scene is a depressing reflection on the nature of propaganda and the manipulation of facts in the pursuit of political goals. Number 13. Comic books. In North Korea, even entertainment is used to propagate government propaganda. Take comic books as an example. while they may appear to be innocent fun, they are actually full with messages supporting the country's leader, Kim Jong-un, and encouraging devotion to the regime. A hidden video shot by a foreign visitor provides a rare view at this side of North Korean life. The camera travels across an ordinary newsstand, revealing a stack of seemingly regular comic books. However, following closer investigation, it becomes evident that these cartoons are far from average. Each page is filled with vibrant pictures of Kim Jong-un as a heroic figure, promoting his virtues and leadership abilities. These comics are another way for the government to control its citizens' minds and views. By instilling unswerving commitment to the regime in popular culture, North Korean authorities ensure that dissent is suppressed and obedience is ingrained from an early age. The government wields power over the public via mediums such as comic books, maintaining a narrative of hero worship and nationalist fervor. Even in the realm of fiction, one cannot escape the regime's vigilant eye. Every panel, every line is meticulously constructed to support the ruling party's ideas and solidify its hold on the people's hearts and minds. In North Korea, entertainment is more than just a diversion. It is a tool for developing ideology and maintaining the regime's hold on power. Number 12. Computer Lab. In this interesting video, we look into footage reportedly showing North Koreans using the internet, an uncommon occurrence considering the country's rigorous limitations on information flow. The video, which went viral on social media in March 2024, shows a North Korean guy staring blankly at the Google site in what looks to be a contrived setup. The scene, which was originally filmed for a 2013 Vice documentary, takes place in a computer lab where North Korean students appear to be using the internet. However, upon closer inspection, the kids' stillness and lack of genuine activity suggest a carefully choreographed performance rather than true internet use. The film depicts a dramatic moment when the veneer of technology access fractures, showing the brutal reality of information restriction in North Korea. The journalists meet a North Korean student who claims to be undertaking string theory research in partnership with European academics, which contradicts the regime's severe censorship laws. This encounter highlights the fraudulent character of the visit, which aimed to project a false impression of internet availability and academic freedom in the isolated country. Beyond the constructed facade, the movie raises questions about the broader ramifications of North Korea's state-sponsored propaganda and media management. It raises concerns about the amount of government manipulation and the difficulties residents have in acquiring correct information and communicating with the outside world. Furthermore, the film highlights greater human rights challenges that exist in North Korea, such as limits on freedom of expression and information. Number 11. The Water Park. This video shows the Munsu Water Park in North Korea, a vast complex specially commissioned by Kim Jong-un. It covers 37 acres and includes both indoor and outdoor pools, wave machines, slides, and a gym. However, what distinguishes this water park is the severe limitations enforced on visitors. Tourists in North Korea are not permitted to move freely. They must be accompanied by escorts at all times, including in the changing rooms. This lack of privacy underscores the North Korean regime's widespread control over both citizens and visitors. Despite the restrictions, some visitors use the water park as a chance to mingle with residents. Ariel Shalev, an Israeli traveler, sees it as the ideal spot to socialize with North Koreans. He even brought water balloons to play with the locals, encouraging genuine conversations despite the confined situation. However, the high cost of entry, reportedly approximately 1/3 of a week's wages, makes it solely available to the wealthy. This demonstrates the enormous economic differences in North Korean society, as well as the government's prioritization of luxury amenities for a privileged few. Furthermore, the water park is used as a propaganda tool by the dictatorship, projecting a picture of affluence and relaxation to both internal and international audiences. Despite promises of greeting hundreds of thousands of tourists each year, reports indicate that real attendance may be lower than advertised. The Munsu Water Park provides insight into the complexities of life in North Korea, where even ostensibly recreational areas are strictly controlled and have political functions. Number 10. Food smugglers. This video exposes the harsh reality of living in North Korea, where, despite government propaganda portraying abundance and prosperity, many citizens face widespread hardship and starvation. Food scarcity remains a constant threat to the lives of ordinary North Koreans, despite the regime's claims of self-sufficiency. Against this backdrop, regular citizens go on secret missions to alleviate the suffering of their peers. Along the Chinese border, they undergo perilous excursions to smuggle food into North Korea, providing a lifeline to families in need. The camera catches the gravity of their acts as they negotiate dangerous terrain with determination and stealth, eluding border patrols while delivering sacks of supplies. These underground activities are more than just survival. They are acts of revolt against a state that is unconcerned about the misery of its citizens. These hidden heroes question the government's narrative of prosperity by risking their lives to help their communities. Despite the inherent dangers of being detected and prosecuted, these smugglers are motivated by a shared compassion and brotherhood, united in their quest to alleviate the suffering of their fellow countrymen. Their efforts serve as a sad reminder of how far people would go to preserve the survival of those they care about. In the absence of government backing, ordinary North Koreans have emerged as beacons of hope, displaying incredible fortitude and altruism in the face of adversity. Number 9. The empty airport. In this video, we follow a traveler on their journey from Pyongyang to Beijing, providing insight into the unique experience of navigating North Korea's airport. The traveler finds themselves alone in the abandoned Pyongyang airport, which is unusual given the regime's continual inspection. They are surprised by the lack of people and closed doors, emphasizing the unique circumstances of visiting a closed airport. During the wait for their flight, the traveler mulls over the lack of privacy and the strict control imposed by the North Korean regime, emphasizing the widespread surveillance experienced by both natives and visitors. Despite the barren airport, the traveler observes the smooth process of getting through security and customs, emphasizing the unexpected ease of travel procedures despite the lack of amenities. As they board the aircraft, the traveler comments on the airline's low rating, but they eventually have a smooth voyage and express relief at the uneventful flight. Upon arriving in Beijing, they explain the need to fly owing to visa constraints, providing insights into the region's travel logistical complexity. Throughout the movie, the traveler expresses genuine opinions about their time in North Korea, emphasizing their desire to convey human insights rather than political comments. They invite viewers to ask questions and participate in discussions on traveling to North Korea, offering to answer them in a follow-up video. The video provides significant insights into the unusual experience of passing through North Korea's airport and handling the complexity of visa requirements. Number 8. The car dealership. In this video, Eric Tseng takes us on a tour to a vehicle dealership in North Korea, providing us with a unique opportunity to gain insight into the automotive industry of the country, which is notoriously secretive. Pyeonghwa Motors is the location where Tseng visits during his journey to North Korea. While there, he has a sneaking suspicion that the entire thing is a staged production. During his exploration of the dealership, Tseng comes across customers who appear to be nothing more than actors, acting as though they are looking at vehicles and taking photographs. When Tseng interacts with the people who are supposed to be using the dealership, he is met with awkwardness and quiet, which contributes to the weird aura that permeates the establishment. The situation appears to be out of this world, with people wandering around aimlessly reading through brochures and the salesman appearing to be completely expressionless. The observations made by Tseng bring to light the scripted nature of the event, highlighting the controlled atmosphere that visitors from other countries encounter in North Korea throughout their stay there. A frank look into life within North Korea is provided by the video, which sheds light on the meticulously maintained facade that is offered to tourists. In spite of the fact that the dealership was designed to provide the impression that the automotive sector is booming, the fact that it was staged raises questions about the reality that occurs behind the scenes. The movie serves as a timely reminder of the complexity and mysteries that are inherent in North Korean society, taking place at a time when tensions in the region continue to increase. Number 7. North Korean Army. North Korean soldiers are shown participating in extremely strenuous and odd drills, all of which are carried out in the service of Kim Jong-un's dictatorship. This is a scary display of loyalty and strength. As a demonstration of their steadfast commitment to the dictatorship, the footage records instances of soldiers facing tough physical tests. Some troops are subjected to blows to their bodies, including large rocks hitting their tummies, in a scenario that is unnerving. They keep their expressions stern, putting their dedication to the regime ahead of their own well-being, despite the obvious suffering that affects them. The indoctrination and control that are ubiquitous throughout North Korea's military are highlighted by this severe demonstration of discipline. The warriors also exhibit extraordinary feats of strength and resilience during the course of the battle. They demonstrate their physical prowess and dedication by breaking bricks with their bare hands and smashing panes of glass with their upper bodies. The strong hierarchy and control that exists within the ranks of the military are reinforced by the close observation of the soldiers by their commanding officers during the entirety of the drills. All movements are subject to close examination, and conformity to the ideology of the government is of the utmost importance. A clear illustration of the power dynamics at play in the country is provided by the unshakable allegiance of the soldiers and their readiness to withstand physical hardship. Those who serve in the military are obliged to prioritize their devotion to the government above all other considerations, including their own well-being, and this highlights the enormous sacrifices that they make. Number 6. Political prison. A dark revelation has emerged deep within North Korea's opaque confines. A video unraveling the enigmatic realities of political prison camps. This secret video, taken from an unnamed underground source, provides a unique glimpse into the inner workings of these mystery complexes. In the clandestine recording, inmates are portrayed working tirelessly, their efforts serving as cogs in the regime's mechanism. They trudge through their tasks, transporting goods, sweeping, and doing scheduled exercises under the unwavering eyes of their supervisors. The film depicts the brutal realities of life within these covert camps. Despite the repressive atmosphere, the convicts stoically carry out their allotted jobs, presumably resigned to the unavoidable repercussions of rebellion. The footage is a sad reminder of the ongoing human rights violations that exist within North Korea's closed boundaries, hidden from the prying eyes of the world. As the international world struggles to confront the catastrophic situation in North Korea, this hidden film serves as an illuminating monument to the bravery of those who dare to tell the truth, even at tremendous personal risk. It serves as a harsh reminder of the critical need to shed light on the misery faced by countless people caught in the iron grasp of injustice. A brief pause while we bring you our subscribers' pick. Here's another haunting video that North Korea wants deleted from the internet. It was leaked in 2014 and showed the brutal reality of life within the North Korean military. It featured a soldier confessing to his family in a secretly recorded video call about the dire conditions he faced. The soldier, whose identity was concealed for his safety, revealed that he and his comrades were often starving, surviving on minimal rations, and subjected to severe punishments for minor infractions. The soldier's testimony painted a grim picture of widespread malnutrition and the pervasive culture of fear and punishment within the ranks. He spoke of fellow soldiers stealing food to survive and being beaten or even executed if caught. The desperation led to a lack of morale and trust among the troops, further illustrating the deteriorating state of the North Korean military, despite its outward show of strength. How long till the world interferes to stop the widespread injustices carried out in North Korea? Number 5. Suspicious subway. There's a viral video spreading online that shows us the spooky world of North Korea's underground system. Otto Warmbier, a traveler and digital developer, shared it, and it has everyone talking. The film depicts darkly lit stations, eerie music, and individuals silently going about their business with no smartphone in sight. With over 21.6 million views, the video is being compared to scenes straight out of a horror film. Some viewers even dispute its legitimacy, believing it is too strange to be true. Beyond the surface, it is provoking debate about life under the North Korean leadership. While some like the video's depiction of a simple life, others perceive it as a sobering reminder of the terrible reality that North Koreans experience. It's a place where people have little freedom and are heavily regulated by the government. The question of how Jesse managed to visit North Korea emerges. He reveals that he used a tour operator called Young Pioneers Tours, which organizes visits to the country. However, it is not cheap, and tourists are tightly controlled by guides. Americans are not even permitted to enter. The video provides a look into a world cloaked in mystery and intrigue. It serves as a clear reminder of the dramatic disparity between living in North Korea and the rest of the world. And, while it may appear to be something out of a movie, it is a reality for millions of people living under the regime's control. Number 4. Child labor. The Masikryong ski resort in North Korea represents dignity and growth under Kim Jong-un's rule. However, beyond its surface is a terrible reality of exploitation and brutal working conditions. Recent film obtained by NBC News depicts the arduous job performed by workers, some as young as 10 or 11 years old, to maintain the mountain roads leading to the resort. Despite the blizzard conditions, these laborers are seen clearing snow-covered roadways with crude instruments like axes, sticks, and homemade shovels. There is no evidence of modern snowplows or salt, which are frequently employed at other ski slopes across the world. Laborers dressed in light winter gear work long hours to keep the roads open for tourist buses. The unnerving moment in the video demonstrates how far North Korea's dictatorship will go to retain Masikryong's prestige. Kim Jong-un's $35 million ski resort is part of his effort to attract international tourism and present a prosperous image. However, the reality is far from glamorous, with reports indicating that laborers, not luxury vacationers, occupy the slopes. Despite its gorgeous location atop Taewa Peak and amenities such as ski slopes, restaurants, and a swimming pool, Masikryong's success is hampered by worker exploitation. Workers work in terrible conditions and long hours to support the regime's rhetoric of prosperity and growth. While Masikryong may appeal to tourists seeking unique experiences, the truth behind the scenes reveals the bleak realities of forced labor and abuse. Number 3. The escape. In a recent video, we see the heart-pounding escape of a North Korean soldier to South Korea. He smashes his military vehicle while racing towards the border settlement of Panmunjom, but he refuses to give up. Despite being constantly followed and fired at by his compatriots, he continues to run for his life. It seems like something out of an action film, yet this is real life. Fortunately, South Korean troops come to his aid, dragging him to safety after he collapses from being shot many times just south of the demilitarized zone. The soldier's determination and the bravery of those who helped him are quite inspirational. This brave escape exemplifies the extraordinary means that some North Koreans attempt to achieve freedom. It's a striking reminder of the grim reality for people living under the tyrannical rule in the North. The soldier's misery does not end when he escapes. After many procedures to cure his injuries, including the removal of parasites from his damaged gut, he is on the mend. However, it is not an easy trip. He is at risk of infection and requires careful care to maintain his health. Despite the physical hardships, the soldier's spirit is unbroken. He finds refuge in South Korean films and music, which demonstrate his strength in the face of tragedy. His narrative has touched many people, shedding light on the plight of North Korean defectors and their aspirations for a better future. Number 2. Starving children. Trouble is building again in North Korea. This time, it's the result of a failed crop. Kim Jong-un, the country's leader, is reducing the amount of food distributed each day. Now they only get 200 grams of food, which is insufficient. Kids are bearing the burden of it all. Flood-damaged water is causing illness at an orphanage in the West. Even if it is most likely the government's fault, the doctor cannot say so. AlertNet has a look inside North Korea. They brought medics from Medics Without Borders. What they discovered was sad. Many children were underweight due to a lack of nutrition. The floods destroyed the crops, so there isn't enough food to go around. In hospitals, doctors are running out of medication. They are utilizing anything they can find to heal ill children. However, when there is a scarcity of food and medicine, things become difficult. With food supplies running low, the government made things even more difficult. They reduced food rations even more. It is now extremely difficult for children and their mothers to obtain adequate nutrition, and they are given a lot of official misinformation to keep them in line. It's a difficult scenario all around. Number 1. Otto Warmbier. A disturbing video emerged, revealing information on the cruel tactics used by Otto Warmbier's North Korean captors. You may recall Otto Warmbier, an American student who was caught, imprisoned, and sadly died after being returned home in a coma. Brace yourselves. This is a rough watch. In one scenario, a blindfolded and shackled victim is repeatedly beaten while confined in a chair. Another segment shows a woman being punched and kicked by a North Korean agent. These horrible acts of abuse provide a striking glimpse into the harsh treatment of detainees under the tyrannical rule of the Kim dynasty. It's a distressing reminder of the savagery inflicted on people who fall under the regime's control. North Korean officials, on the other hand, try to shift culpability by portraying themselves as victims in this tragic narrative. They deny any knowledge of why Warmbier's health deteriorated and accuse the United States and South Korea of circulating false information. However, despite their protestations, actual victims like Otto Warmbier, who endured unimaginable horrors under the regime's iron grip, are often disregarded. This video is a devastating reminder of North Korea's continuous human rights violations and the urgent need for international attention and involvement. It emphasizes the need of pushing for justice and accountability for those who have suffered under the rule of tyranny. As we cope with the distressing contents of this video, let us not forget the people whose lives have been irreversibly changed by the North Korean regime's cruelty. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.